नमस्कार, विक्ट्री विंग्स दर्शकों का स्वागत है। आज हमारे बीच में है हैदराबाद के जाने माने इंडस्ट्रियलिस्ट श्री अशोक लखोटिया जी। उनसे बात करेंगे उनके जीवन के बारे में। मेरा पहला सवाल है कि आप हैदराबाद में कब और कैसे आए?
मैं हैदराबाद 6 दिसंबर 1968 को आया था। उसके पहले मैं कलकत्ता में था। आफ्टर इंजीनियरिंग आई हैड अबाउट years management training at ECE company, and my elder brother, seeing my attitude, of course I was interested in doing a job, but my elder brother said, you can't do a job the kind of nature you have. So he decided to send me Hyderabad and said, you go and we'll set up some unit here. It was not very much decided what product I'm going to make, but my training was specifically for transformers making. I had in my mind that I'll make distribution transformers. I had taken a good lot of 3 months training in design department also. Coming down to Hyderabad, the first job assigned to me was to look out for a factory shed. So it took almost 1 month, and I said, factory shed, they're all asking premium and all that. So I said that EC, he said, we have good lot of land. You take this land and set up. So I bought the land on 4th January, and less than a month, I bought a plot. And then we had a meeting with the EC officer. He said, you want to make transformers, very good. But transformer industry is such that against tender inquiries, you get an order, then manufacture. Not necessarily as a new industry, you may not get order, then what will you do? Till then, why don't you start making laminations and do some pressure die casting thing for us? And side by side, you transformer also when you get your order. Till then, you can settle down on these things. So that was
Good idea.
appreciated. And I set up a unit for making stampings and pressure die casting. Stamping at that period was treated as a very, precision item. And GKW was one company, we had a monopoly in this. Anyway, I got some technical support from that company people and started making stampings. And I was doing pressure die casting also. Then I entered into the similar line like press components. Then J Engineering fellows, they came to know that I'm doing stamping, they called me. And the very first day when I went there, I came out with an order of rotor die casting. And he said, first lamination, we'll talk next day. Next day I went, and then I came out again with an order of lamination also. Like that, I became sort of a ancillary to fan industry, more or less. So one day, after 2 or 3 years, my elder brother used to follow up with whatever I'm doing and all that. So he said, he asked me about my balance sheet, profit and loss account. And then he said, what is your earning for this year? And what is your projected earning for next year? What are you going to do with that? I said, I have not thought of anything. He said, unless you spend further diversification or you don't put up a new plant, whatever amount you earn, you will keep on paying taxation. And otherwise the surplus money will go to the sundry creditors, which means suppliers outstanding will increase. That's what it actually happens. You follow up for payment whenever you are in need of it, isn't it? So he said, it's better, you will have about 5 lakhs by end of this year. You can borrow another 10 lakhs from the bank, around 15 lakhs 15 lakhs was a big sum at that time. So you can set up some new line. Okay, I'll think of. I said, okay, I'll come next month by the time you decide. So then 3 years of that, I was sitting one day in Usha and they were talking about shortage of capacitors. So they said, that means whatever capacitor we will get, only those many fans we can make.
One capacitor, one fan.
Fan capacitor. So I said, what is fan capacitor? Let us see. It is a small item. So I asked them, if I start a fan cap unit, what is your this thing? He said, we can make a 10 years agreement with you. I said, fine. And then when my brother came, I told him, I thought of making capacitors. He said, this is a good item. Go ahead. Find out. And you should start this project. I told him, but I never knew how to make, what are the items. Of course, after cutting it, I can know, but it was only paper, wire, every. I mean, I committed, but then I slowly found out, I'm committed to make capacitors, I'll make capacitors. I was the first in Hyderabad to set up a capacitor unit also.
Oh, very good.
That was way back in 1974.
Okay.
So like this, I mean.
So where did you learn, sir? Yeah.
Capacitor, I went to Pune.
Pune.
I came to know there is one fellow who is making a capacitor plant.
Acha.
VPI, Vacuum Industries. So I talked to them, took an offer, and she worked out on that, negotiations and all that, because Maharashtrians are very smart fellows. So they knew that I'm serious on this. So before I can go for negotiation, they wrote me a letter, prices are revised.
Achha.
So what you will do? Agree for the old rate only. So I bought a capacitor plant and I asked the MD of that company, you will have to give me a person who can
run it
also. I mean, experienced person who can set up and run the plant. He said, okay, I will give you a person. And they helped me in importing raw material. All major raw material and capacitors were imported at that time. Capacitor, tissue paper, aluminum foil, chlorinated diphenyl, all these 3 items have to be imported. So when you have to import, you see, you get restricted. Those days were quota permit Raj. So once you apply for import license, so before that you have to assess capacity to be done. And I mean, I used to spend a good lot of time in the industries department that time. So once you get a license, you will be able to import and then manufacture. So whatever you import within that parameter, you got to work. So first year license will be issued to you on the basis of first industry. Second year license is what production you have done, 20% of that. So when I got a license, I said, I'm getting a license of 15 lakhs. But when the license came, that license was in 3 parts. 50% was GCA area, 25% UK, 25% rupee payment area. The rupee payment area, my raw materials are not available. That was Russia, Poland, Czechoslovakia. Those are the countries where rupee payment system was there. So that license is useless. UK payment, I could use one license importing aluminum foil. 50% was GCA area, anywhere you can import the world. So naturally, the first time we imported raw material and all that, I imported a very good quality of paper and everything. And a good lot of wastage was there during training also. All such mistake happens, doesn't matter. But I was finally able to saturate my capacitor unit. But only thing is, frequently production used to get stopped.
Okay. Why?
Shortage of raw material. Shortage of raw material.
Because it is all imported.
Yes.
So you have to get it from foreign country.
Then I inquired, there are certain units, there were about 10 or 12 units in Pune. So we have to, I go to Pune, some of the industries who were not doing well, they used to sell raw material. Engg capacitor was one who was regularly selling raw material to the capacitor units. So you can buy from them, but you have to pay premium price. That's all. Then I added a super enamel copper wire unit also.
Achha.
That also I closed. I could not, that unit I set up in Gandhinagar. There, mainly because of, I would say, theft. Theft was there when it was a copper. So I said, I've never used to, I mean, hardly once or twice in a month I used to go there. In my Gandhinagar unit, I was doing ceiling fan blades for Usha, and I was also doing transformer lamination there.
Okay.
But copper was such an item which is a weakness of the workers, you know. So I decided to close down that unit, copper unit. Transformer lamination also I gave up. Did not find very much remunerative. I mean, many lines I started, many lines I closed. Lately, I mean, I started fan manufacturing also way back in 2000.
Okay.
That also after a few days, because there was no brand and to sell it in unorganized sector. So the fan also I stopped it. Again in 2011, my son was and joined me by, of course he joined me in 2005. 2011 he was slowly taking over, looking after the business. So he had good relation with Khaitan people. They forced him, they gave him the total plant. Although I was against that, but seeing his adamant, I said, okay, go ahead. So we started making fans for Khaitan brand. Because your own brand fans you cannot sell easily. So we entered in the fan business also.
So you made fans under the brand name of Khaitan.
We have exported some fans to Dubai, Nigeria, some different brands. In 2020, COVID, I stopped going to the factory. And during that period, my son has almost relieved me totally. And now he has made me idle. He has taken over the total business. And I also don't feel like interfering what he is doing. I mean, I feel proud when I get a comment that my son is doing better than what I was doing.
तो आपके जीवन की कोई ऐसी घटना जो आपको बहुत याद आती है, प्रेरित करती है, हम लोगों के लिए संदेश दे सकती है?
Well, that way, turning point for my life was, of course, I was so adamant to go for a job. Once my job was fixed also in West Germany.
West
Germany, that my father refused. He said, you can go only after marriage. So that became my turning point of my life. That was a turning point of my life. When he refused, I got married in 1969. After starting the industry in Hyderabad.
Yeah, you came to Hyderabad in 68.
There was an accountant with me, and he was a very good hand reader. Very good hand reader. I mean. So he was posted with me when my friend in Alvin. He said, this man is busy with the film line and politicians. They specifically ask him for everything. Politicians, ministers, and film line. They mostly believe in that. So he doesn't do anything. He keeps himself busy in that. So he was staying in Vijayawada. So he said, he will work with you. So he'll come down the line. That I came to know subsequently. So one day I invited him also at my house, shown him my hand, my wife's hand, my daughter's hand, and everybody's hand. He was doing basically not palmistry, astrology. He told me one thing. You had a service line only. It is because of your wife it has turned to job site.
वाह, क्या बात है सर, क्या बात है. ऐसा भी होता है.
He explained me the situation and I had to accept it. That's what exactly happened. He said, it's because of your wife's luck you have come to the business side. Otherwise you would have gone for
job.
This is, of course, an accepted fact that whenever a child is born in your house, his luck, good luck or bad luck, are all going to come through you only. The life, he said, once you are getting married,
Hmm.
your lucks will change. A child is born in your house, again the luck will change. Because those, their
luck will
luck
add.
and everything will depend on you only.
Hmm.
And हमारे लोगों में बोलते हैं ना कि लोहे का पावा, सोने का पावा, चांदी का पाया क्या है? That's what it says. It happens with that. He also predicted that your daughter's marriage will take some time. It will not be at the right time. And it happened. She got married at the age of 24. Of course, in our side, nowadays, of course, 24 is nothing, but I am talking about 30 years back.
Correct.
It all happens. This is the turning point of the life. Otherwise, I have enjoyed my life. I have never been running after money. I mean, whatever commitment you make in running your business, you have to fulfill your commitments. But I only knew that if I'm working and I'm doing something, it will give the result. So I never ran after the money. I did run after the business, but not after the money. I've been, while working also, I've been enjoying my life. While enjoying my life also, we do business.
Sir, my next question is, आप अध्यात्म के बारे में क्या बोलते हैं? आपके कोई आध्यात्मिक गुरु हैं?
नहीं, आध्यात्मिक गुरु ऐसा सच तो नहीं है, बट हरिद्वार ऋषिकेश में एक ब्रह्म स्वरूप जी हैं जिनको मैंने गुरु बना रखा है. बट टू बी फ्रैंक, उनसे बहुत ज़्यादा वाकफियत टाइम टू टाइम नहीं होती है. कहते हैं ना कि लाइफ में गुरु होना चाहिए जिसे आपको कुछ दिशा मिलती है. एक, आई वोंट से आध्यात्मिक है सच, बट इंस्पिरेशन तो मिलता है उनसे.
नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन सर, आपने अपने जीवन में कोई ऐसी किताब पढ़ी हो जिसने आपके ऊपर बहुत इम्पैक्ट किया हो आपकी लाइफ को?
वेल, किताब पढ़ने का तो मुझे नॉवेल्स पढ़ने का ही शौक था, वो भी स्पेशली डिटेक्टिव नॉवेल्स,
जेम्स हेडली चेस.
वही शौक था. अगर शुरू होती थी तो किताब खत्म होती थी, चाहे 4 घंटे लगे चाहे 3 घंटे लगे, वो शौक तो था. पर जैसे चाइनीज स्कॉलर कन्फ्यूशियस के जो वर्ड्स है, वो इंस्पिरेशन मिलता था कि गॉड हेल्प्स देम हु हेल्प देमसेल्व्स.
ठीक है, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन की तरफ बढ़ेंगे सर. आपको कुछ टूरिज्म का, घूमने फिरने का शौक है?
घूमने फिरने का बहुत शौक है.
कहाँ गए आप?
I think I have traveled everywhere except South America. I have traveled, Asian belt में तो right from Japan, Taiwan, Hong Kong, Philippines, Singapore, Bangkok, Malaysia, Indonesia, Australia, New Zealand, South Africa, Botswana, Kenya, New York, San Francisco, Orlando, London, Paris, Rome, Italy. Most of the places I have traveled a lot.
सर, नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन सर, हमारे जो यंग इंजीनियर्स हैं उनके लिए आपका क्या संदेश है? उनको जॉब करना चाहिए या इंडस्ट्री में आना चाहिए या क्या?
देखो, ऐसा है, इंजीनियरिंग करने से जो भी आप पढ़ते हैं इंजीनियरिंग में, उसका एक्चुअल लाइफ में कोई यूज नहीं है.
क्या बोल रहे हैं
हमारे प्रोफेसर ने, डीन ने ये कहा कि आप अब इंजीनियरिंग करके जा रहे हैं आगे लाइफ में, इस इंजीनियरिंग का आपको डायरेक्ट यूज कहीं नहीं मिलेगा, कोई होता भी नहीं है. बट हमने आपको पढ़ा के इस स्टेज पे ला दिया है कि आप जो पढ़ते हैं वो तो हिस्ट्री पढ़ते हैं इंजीनियरिंग की भी, आप उस स्टेज पे ला दिया है कि आप कोई भी नया डेवलपमेंट होगा, कुछ भी होगा, आप उसको जल्दी समझ सकते हैं,
कर सकेंगे, समझ सकेंगे,
उसको समझ सकते हैं जल्दी. आपको स्टेज पे ला दिया. देखो, एक्सपीरियंस एक अलग चीज़ होती है और पढ़ाई अलग चीज़ होती है. पढ़ा लिखा आदमी कोई भी सब्जेक्ट को जल्दी समझ लेता है, इंजीनियरिंग है तो समझ लेता है. बाकी ज़्यादा सीखा हुआ जो आदमी होता है वो एक्सपीरियंस होता है. नए इंजीनियर को सुपरवाइजर फैक्ट्री में जाके उससे सीखना पड़ता है. और सीख लेने के बाद फिर वो सुपरवाइजर को सिखाने के लायक हो जाता है।
हाँ।
क्यों? कि हिज बैकग्राउंड इज देयर।
करेक्ट करेक्ट।
एक्चुअली डायरेक्ट यूज कुछ नहीं है। मैंने इलेक्ट्रिकल इंजीनियरिंग की,
हम्म।
बट वट एवर आई वॉज डूइंग इट इज टोटल मैकेनिकल। आई वाज रनिंग
आपने
अ
कहाँ
टूल
पर
रूम,
पढ़ाई
आई वाज
की
रनिंग
सर?
अ प्रेस शॉप।
आपका इंजीनियरिंग का पढ़ाई कहाँ पर हुआ?
इंजीनियरिंग की पढ़ाई रांची में हुई,
रांची?
बिरला इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी रांची।
अच्छा अच्छा, रांची के ग्रेजुएट हैं आप। तो सर हम इसी के साथ इस इंटरव्यू को यहाँ ख़त्म करेंगे। हमारे शो पे आने के लिए आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। अब हमारे दर्शक इस इंटरव्यू का मज़ा लेंगे और अपनी फीडबैक हमें देंगे।
थैंक यू।